Hello, I'm Richard Corderoy, Managing Director of the Oakland Group, a full-service data consultancy specialising in the world of project data and analytics. Today, a couple of minutes on context and then getting into a real-world case study. Now, the future is bright, the future is great, data can solve everything. We know this. We also know how hard it is to achieve in the world of project data and analytics. It is still hard to make the business case. Fundamentally, there's too much noise out there. What is that business case? Is it about simply a process improvement around reporting, or is it using artificial intelligence to transform everything everywhere? Clearly, with those aspirations, costs vary massively. Can I just use Power BI and send everyone on a course, or do I need to completely rewire the way data and applications work in our business? And it is easy to get burnt. There are lots of vendors out there. There are lots of solution designers and consultants. And of course, there's the competing needs of the internal audience as well, many at very different levels of maturity. A common outcome of this is that organizations take on too much. The mega project, governance, management, predictive, all in one, multi-year, very complicated, very expensive, and well, perhaps not necessarily likely to deliver all of that value. At the other extreme, we go for proof of concepts, quick, cheap, and throw them up, and we can all ooh and ah on them. However, whilst obviously there are some exceptions, my view is most of these fail to be sustained and simply fizzle out because they were never set up to be sustained. So is there a better way? Well, we're working with a large utility. Actually, they're in reasonable shape. You know, their process compliance and all those sorts of things aren't too bad. They're in the midst of upgrading their core systems, spending millions on SAP and the like. However, the project management team has just been left for a later wave, but they didn't want to wait. So what did they do? Well, they made the business case. Modest on both benefits and cost, focused on things that couldn't be done today, cross-system integration, mixing asset cost PM information, and leaving a chink of light to unlock future waves of more advanced analytics, and in particular wanted it done in a way that was sustainable, that would not leave them beholden to either black box tools or other people to do all the lifting for them. So they got approval and built the team to do it and spent a lot of time working on the communication between the business, the data team and IT. And it was really important to get into that data, to do the groundwork, the hard yards. What do you actually have? What state it's in? What things can it support? And let's use that to set ourselves up to win so that we can, in the first phase of the program, start to add value quickly. And so they did. And they started small and demonstrated that, yes, whilst the outputs are similar to before, they're being produced actually in a radically different way. And in particular, that core part of can we join and integrate data from distant systems? Yes, and that works really well. Of course, out of that came new value. Yeah, it's relatively easy to build a time machine now. Reporting on today is okay, but what did we say was going to happen 6 months ago? How do we want to do that analysis through time? Suddenly, this is getting more interesting. Without getting seduced then with the flashy bit at the front end, spending the time to make sure it was sustainable. Yeah, so on this picture, on my left-hand side I have IT, and on my right-hand side I have a Power BI analyst. You know, they do what they do. In the middle, you have someone actually doing SQL to manage the data in the databases. Traditionally, that was done by IT. Perhaps that needed to be moved closer to the business. And facing into these decisions has been really, really important. And it's been facilitated the whole time by pretty much endless socialization and communication around the team, and recognizing the bits that make us interested as a project may not be the bits that interest the business. Of course, part of that is managing those inflated expectations. You know, we're not superheroes. It's done some interesting stuff, but baby steps are just that. They're baby steps. But crucially, they're baby steps where we can deliver and demonstrate the value against what we said we would do. And that's the small wedge, not the big wedge. But actually that is positive and irrefutable. And so that obviously provides the foundation for what is going to come in the future. Now, I've talked briefly through an approach of what a team did here to make it work. It's not incredible, but I think it has worked well at navigating the real world complexities of other IT change, things going on inside the business, the promise of silver bullets, and actually doing things in a way that is affordable and achievable. End to end, it's taken about 5 months to actually build it. So again, not done in an afternoon, but it's certainly not a 2-year project. I think And I hope it's led to a happy project team, happy customers, and of course, happy end clients. So I'm Richard Corderoy. Thank you for your time. I hope that's been interesting and perhaps provoked a few thoughts or questions. Please do reach out if there's anything here you want to discuss.